Hello, BookTube. Well, I thought that I was mowing the grass yesterday. I thought that I was finally going to exceed the patience of all of you people. I thought I was going to exceed your tolerance for Steve content. I uploaded 9 videos in one day. And that did not happen. I am now in the 3 dozens of emails from people from all over the world saying, could you upload 9 videos every day? So as I said in my last video, this is proof positive that there's something wrong with all of you. But nevertheless, although I'm not going to upload 9 videos every day, you freaks, although I'm not going to do that, I did mention during those Q&A answers that it took me so long to get my 12K Q&A answers done that the channel actually passed 12.1K, so there is technically, you all love it to do this stuff when we have a round number, and that has technically happened again. So believe it or not, the day after I did 5 videos answering 12K questions, I am now calling again for questions for another Q&A, for a 12.1K Q&A. So once again, the normal rules apply. Just leave your questions down and below on this video, and I will cut and paste them, and we will do them. Will we do them this weekend? Will we, BookTube? How many of you live in America? How many of you have been looking at the news about my neck of the woods in America? Because I'm assuming, now that I am a certified sexy influencer, that even if you live in California, when you roll out of bed in the morning, the first thing you do is check on Steve's Boston. I'm just assuming that's true, that I take precedence over everything in your ordinary life. As well I should. But if you've been looking at the news, at the weather, you know that there's a potential for a nor'easter, which is a particular kind of winter storm that can grip the northeast of the United States, and that can, on the spur of the moment, at the drop of a hat, the drop of a pin, any other cliche you want, undergo bombogenesis and become a monster storm. That's the nature of a nor'easter, is that it has very many features of a hurricane. It can intensify in strength without any warning, and it's notoriously difficult to predict. And we have one of those barreling down on the northeast for this weekend. And the forecasts for, well, I'm up in Dirt Road, Vermont right now, but the forecasts for Vermont and Boston have been varying wildly between a dusting of snow and some strong winds to gale force winds and 2 feet of snow. And the thing about a nor'easter is you're not going to know until maybe the night before, maybe the day of. So will I be answering these 12.1K questions here at the house? Will I be stranded here? Or will I be answering them back at Hyde Cottage? I have no idea. But if you have those questions, and since you seem to be inexhaustible in your great questions, I think you will, feel free to leave them down below. And one other point before I tootle off here about yesterday's 12K Q&A answers. And in the 5th installment of those answers, I said that we would be moving on to part 6. But it looked to me, I started filming part 6, but it looked to me once I was going through the questions that I had double copied whole bunches of questions, and there weren't anymore. So I stopped recording, and I didn't upload that video because there wasn't anything to do. It was all duplicates. So for those of you who are, as one of you put it in the comments, the Steve completist, there were only 5 parts. No matter what I said in the 5th video, there were only 5 parts. The 6th part turned out to be nothing, just technical ineptitude on my part. Go figure. So feel free to leave your questions down below, and no matter where I am this coming weekend, I will answer them. I will not take 2 weeks to do this. I'm going to have to, right? Because my 300 have not only failed, they've gone out and proselytized, because we're headed to 12.2. So let's get 12.1 done if you have any questions. So feel free to fire them off, and I will address them on the weekend. This is all so unbelievable to me that I'm not even going to talk about it. I will see you then. Thank you, BookTube.